Hey guys, Shalonda here, and I just wanted to stop by and give you a little challenge of the week, something that I'm actually doing myself. So just keep in mind, whatever I come on here and talk to you about, it's not like I'm not doing it too. And I try to really do these so you can get familiar with who I am and you're on my fan page or you see me on Twitter or whatever. I just really want to connect with you a little bit deeper to show you other sides of me. Okay? So I want to talk to you about what you are experiencing in your life. Over this last weekend, we at my church, we had a youth conference. It was our first one. They're called the Rock Coalition. They rock the young adults from like middle school up to their mid 20s. Beautiful thing those days, right? Anyways, the pastor that came and spoke, Pastor David Johnson. He's out of Sacramento, California, at the Restoration Church. So if you're ever in Sacramento, you need to go check them out. Pastors David Johnson and his wife Bonnie Johnson, beautiful people. Anyways, Pastor David said, what you're experiencing is what you believe. What you are experiencing is what you believe. Guys, I'm going to be totally honest with you right now. That touched me. That took me to a place of, interesting. I never really considered that what I was experiencing was basically from my belief. I mean, you kind of know it, but you don't really sit and think about it. So, the challenge is, do we sit back and really think about what are we experiencing right now in our lives, and how does that measure up to our beliefs? Okay. Now, understand today you might believe one thing because of some mindset things that have taken place and all of that, but what you're experiencing is a combination of what you've believed. All right. So sometimes we say things, yet, we don't always actually believe it. Let me give you an example. I have a online business, which is doing really well. And then I have my offline business. Now, I've been self-employed for 10 years. I'm going on 11 years. Yeah, 11 years now in October. So 10, 11 years been offline and I have this income here. Right. And I always say that when my online business starts popping, it's going to add to, and then I'll have that extra bit of money that I could put on them student loans, or that extra bit of money that I could throw over here. I could just overload on this debt to take care of it. Because, student loans ain't no joke. I mean, dude, I had like the size of a small Beamer. I'm just saying, like a 500 series of that. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so as I was like, I'll get extra and I'll just be able to dump up on that, right? Pay down the mortgage, dump up, those big bills, you know what I'm saying? So ultimately, what happened was my online business started growing. Well, at the time that happened, I had to move my offline business and my income had to stop because I had to pay for expenses to move and that kind of thing. So I had to hold up and then get um, my what do you call it, receivables, had to change addresses and all this stuff. So you have to wait a little extra 20 or so days for the receivables to get back routed correctly. And so the income was a little off on my offline business, but thank God my online business popped up, so I was level. Yet ultimately it didn't add to. Right? Like I was saying, I believed it would. Well, let me tell you something else. I remember back when I was saying it's going to add to, in my mind, I remember that little voice saying, yeah, you'll always just barely get by no matter where your money's coming from. You'll always be at this level. You will not be going to this level. You see what I'm saying? I remember these thoughts in my head. And I remember not really brushing them aside or not really acknowledging that that's a lie and that's not the truth. Okay. And in that, I experienced exactly what I believed. Okay, I experienced exactly what I believe. I was talking to my dad on Sunday, and I was outside of my garage. My girls were in the house, and I heard the ice cream truck. Yo, y'all, when I heard this song, everything in me just stopped. Like, hold up. My dad was like, "What's wrong?" I said, "Oh my God, I hear the ice cream truck." Right? I was like, "The ice cream man around the corner." I was like, "I hear it loud, Dad." I said, "I don't see it, but I hear it." Right? At that moment, everything in me told me I was getting ready to get ice cream. Not any doubt in my mind, I was going to get ice cream. Until I realized I had two girls in the house and I had to make sure we had enough for everybody. Now, the thing about this ice cream truck, guys, I've been in my house for a few years, about almost 8 years or so. I've heard this ice cream truck before, but I have never seen it. Like, I don't know what street this guy is going down, but he surely ain't coming down mine. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, yo, where are you at? But anyways, so with that, I heard the music. I told my dad, I said, man, this is amazing. Like, I need some ice cream. Luckily, we had some in the house and everybody got some because at this point, you hear the music, you need to feel that. You need to get some ice cream. But as I thought more about it, it reminded me of that belief, right? The experience of what you believe. If you remember back in the day, and I don't know how old you guys are, but if you're younger, y'all might not have played outside like we did back in our days. But we used to be outside all the time. When the ice cream man came, it was like pause, everything stopped. Double dutch stopped, kickball stopped, marble stopped, everything froze for like a hot second. If you looked at it in slow motion, I promise you everything froze the minute that first tone came down the street. Okay. And then after that, it was time, right? Everybody shoots into the house. Oh, I gotta get my dollar. I gotta get my 50 cents, whatever, to go get the money for their ice cream. Okay, now one time did a kid that went inside knowing they were gonna get ice cream come out without. And if they did, the neighbor had it. That belief that I'm getting ice cream manifested that money that was necessary. Now y'all know when mom was like, "No, I ain't got a dollar." You know what? You found change. You went every little crevice, every corner. You found that money to get that ice cream cone. The only person not getting ice cream was the kid who was in trouble and he was lucky just to be outside. You know what I'm talking about? Because everyone, I used to be that kid sometimes. I ain't even gonna lie. So that kid may not run inside. But he knew better. Everybody else, whether they knew it or not, they were getting ice cream. And by the time the ice cream man drove by, we were all sitting there experiencing our ice creams because we believed we were going to get ice cream based on the sound of that truck that we couldn't even see when we heard it. I want you to take that and place that in your life. You have a desire to generate money online. You have a desire to build your business online. Now, I basically talked this because this is my niche, guys. Creating an income online, creating your own child support online, being a single mom that can make this la 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 la. So that's why I talk in reference to this. But you have a desire to generate money on your own with your own abilities, not have to worry about a job, not have to worry about clocking in, doing something for somebody else, making somebody else money, but working for you, right? You have that desire. You can't see it. You hear it because you're telling yourself this, so you hear it, but you can't see it. You know what I'm saying? But you have to know, like when you heard that ice cream truck song, even though you couldn't see the truck, you knew you was getting ready to get some ice cream. You have to know just like that, like the mind of a child, just like that it is going to happen. And then watch your experiences line up with that belief. With that belief. It's like just the belief of a child. The belief you used to have before your heart got broken. The belief you used to have before you failed 45 times at the same thing. Okay, the belief you had before somebody kept telling you, "Oh, what you want don't make no sense. What you want, that ain't real. People can't do that." The belief you had before all those individuals that weren't meant to have what you're supposed to have anyways kept telling you couldn't. Right? You have to understand a few things about this. You have to understand, one, who you are. If you're feeling beat down right now, I recommend you go look in the mirror and tell yourself who you are. Build yourself back up. You don't need nobody to do this for you. You have inside of you what you need to do that. I do it often. I'm not telling you to do anything I don't do myself. I look in the mirror daily and remind myself of who I am and what I'm capable of. Right? You could do the same thing. So I challenge you. Before you can do any of these activities, you have to sit back and really truthfully acknowledge what you're experiencing. Once you can truthfully acknowledge what you're experiencing, then you can go and deal with what you believe. And make sure that what you're speaking matches up with what you're believing. Believing is going to happen. Okay, guys, so just want to give that to you guys. That is your challenge now. Go ahead and do it. I want you guys to comment on the bottom of this post. Comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know how things are going with this, because I'll tell you it's a process. I heard it on Thursday. I believe Thursday is when I first heard the word last week. Today is Wednesday. Okay, so tomorrow will be 7 days that I heard the word, and it's just starting to really manifest. I'm still processing that thing through because it's in different areas of my life, right? Take some time. Don't rush it, because I promise you this right here is pushing you into a whole new season. You'll be surprised as to what's getting ready to manifest in your life simply because of this little bit of information and how you can look at it in this way. Have the belief of a child when you hear that ice cream truck. Just when you hear that ice cream truck. Have an amazing day. Make sure you share a smile today and you keep smiling as well. All right? Bye-bye.